I'm here today with Christy, who owns LAX Ammunition here in Orange County. Thank you so much for having us here today.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about your shop?
Well, we opened a little over a year ago. We are Orange County's only ammunition-only store. We are packed with over 50,000 pounds of ammo, and we love supporting our Second Amendment community.
So last time I was here, you and I had a conversation, and you told me a story that I can't stop thinking about today, and I just think it's so important for everyone, especially young women, to hear, and I was hoping you could share a little bit about what you told me last time I was here.
Yeah, so the story was, it took place when I was about 16 or 17 years old. I was living at home with my parents. They were gone on vacation, and I was home alone. Thankfully, my father has always taught me to understand gun safety and kind of know the drill for if anything were to ever go bad in worst case scenario. And that happened. I heard a car pull up. I looked out the window, saw a luxury black vehicle. Didn't really think anything of it. And then I heard a very deliberate attempt for someone to open the door. And I knew we weren't expecting anybody. And so I did the protocol that my father had taught me and went and got our family's firearm from the lock safe.
What type of firearm was it again?
It was a Glock 9mm. Okay. So I was comfortable with it and ready to go. And I got on the phone with the police because I kept hearing at least one male outside, and he was trying to open the door. He started getting a little bit more aggressive with it, tried to kick it. And that's when they told me that, you know, we're on our way. We'll be there in less than 7 minutes.
Like typical average response time of police, about 8 minutes.
So when I heard that, I knew that it was up to me to basically make sure that I was going to be okay. So at that point, I took cover in a place where I felt like I was reasonably safe. And I was concerned that that guy was going to break the glass that was in the center of the door and then be able to open it. So with minutes ticking away, I decided finally, I don't want to shoot this guy. No gun owner ever wants to actually shoot somebody. So I got on the intercom and I said, "Can I help you?" And I'll never forget it. He said, "Oh, you're home." And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Your parents sent me to come check on you." And I knew that was a lie. And I said, "My parents are here." And he said, "Oh, well then, you know, have them come to the door." And I said, "No." And I said, the police are on their way. And I said, "Have you had a chance to take a look at our door?" Mm-hmm. And he said, "It's a door. Why would I look at your door?" And I said, "Just take a second, look at the door." And there was a big NRA sticker on the door.
Nice.
And he said, he went quiet and he said, "Do you have a gun, little girl?" And I said some choice words. And I said, "If you come through this door, you'll certainly find out I'm not little and I do have a gun." Nice. And I heard quick footsteps and then the car peel out and leave.
Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
That was that. The cops finally did show up, and they applauded me for keeping calm and being safe.
Do you ever look back and think what would have happened had you not had a firearm?
I might not be standing here today, to be honest. 7 minutes is a long time. As I was explaining to a friend of mine who didn't understand why people needed guns in their homes to protect themselves, she actually said to me, "Why can't you just wait for the police to arrive?" And I explained to her the average response time is about 7 minutes or so. You said 8. I didn't realize it was even that long. She argued and said, "Well, couldn't it be more like 2 or 3? I mean, that's not that long of a time to wait." And I said, "Okay, well, when you're in fear for your life, truly in fear for your life, and you are needing to defend yourself, every second feels like an eternity, and every second counts. And so don't tell me that 2 minutes is no big deal and that I can wait."
To tell her, when seconds count, police are there in minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. Well, and then you have a little girl, and I imagine you're teaching her gun safety now?
We
or
do.
pretty
We do.
soon?
Right now, she's only 4. So right now, I do what my father always taught me, which is, unless it's your parents taking you to a range or at the house, teaching you about gun safety. If it's a friend, you never stay in the room. If another kid pulls out a gun and says, "Hey, I want to show you something really cool. Look, I was able to get into, my parents' closet or something, and look what I found." You walk away. You leave the room and you go tell an adult. As she gets older, my plan is to teach her how to shoot a BB gun and go to a 22 and
Nice.
eventually a 9 and have her hopefully work here one day.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having us, and
Yeah.
thanks for all you do for CRPA. We really appreciate you being an
really appreciate
awesome
you
business
guys.
affiliate, and thanks again. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Heather.